Moin Moin and welcome to my new video. As you probably notice, we are not out in nature and we are not visiting a castle. Right now we are inside my apartment and for this video we will stay here. And the reason for that is that this video will be completely different from what I uploaded before. As you know, December is coming closer and closer. And in Germany we have the beautiful tradition of having an advent calendar. So basically you get a present from the 1st to the 24th of December. It could be like chocolate or a little something. And it's not only for children but also for adults. When I came here to the Netherlands I was quite surprised that it is not that common here. And some people don't even know about it. I have a Dutch friend of mine for whom I would like to make an advent calendar, but I don't want to do a classical one. I want to do something special, and therefore I would like to program it. The only problem is that I want to do that in a language that I don't know yet. So I know another programming language which is close, but I still need to learn a lot. And I want to take you along on my learning journey. Basically the program that I want to use is Python. And I will show you the script that I will end up with, and maybe you have some suggestions or maybe you even learned something from this video. It's already the 25th of November, so I really need to start coding my advent calendar to be ready on time. So I had some ideas already. I will write them down and share it with you in a minute. And I also looked a little bit into coding in Python. So first of all I will write down my ideas on paper so I have a little bit of structure before I start programming. So I want to put all of it in a function, so we need to start defining the function which is done by the command dev. And I want to call my function adventcalendar, which is the German name. And we want to give it an input, which is the date. So the person can just like give the date and will get, or will open the door, let's say. And I would like to include like kind of a control mechanism so the person cannot open already all doors on the first day. And the way I was thinking to do it is just like if the date is unequal, I think when I remember right in Python it was like this, with actual date. So I need to find out how to get the actual date in Python. I know it's in MATLAB, which is the other language, programming language I know. Then it should like print "You are cheating." And then else. And then depending on the input date, when it's correct, it should open the right image or anything. So we do another if loop. So if date equals like 1, for example, then it should load an image or something. Load something. And then we have elif date like equals 2, and then load something else. And it should like continue until 24. And we also need to maybe put a mechanism that it's just going from 1 to 24 and not further, but I need to see if I put it up here or if I do it later. So there's this check mechanism. Then end. So first of all, I created a new Python file which I called adventcalendar, and I defined the function with the same name. And as an input, it gets the date by the user. And then I just created an if loop, which is comparing the number, or which checks which number was entered. So if it's 1, 2, 3, and so on and so on. And I just put a random comment, a placeholder in here, so I can test the function. I also included the condition that the entered date is bigger than 24, and that should give an error message. And then I figured out that you should not, or it's better not to use capitals for function in Python, so I changed that in both the function name as well as in the file name. So the user needs to know what to do or what to enter. Therefore, I just print a little question. I will later on make it a little bit nicer. And then, just give the comments to run the function. And then we tested it and it works out. I also wanted to include the date check. So I basically import the date of the day, and then I cut out only the actual day, so I have a number that I can compare with the entered number by the user. And then I include this mechanism in my function. So if the actual day is not the same like the entered date, it should just give the message you are cheating. Otherwise, it should go into the next loop and check which day it is and open the door that is the right one. So to test this, I always have like a second Python file open, which is called test. And I always copy some small parts of the code in there, try it out, and fix it in there. And then when it's working, I copy it back to the adventcalendar. So this is my way of coding. So, and as you see, somehow it doesn't work out. And I figured that the input of the adventcalendar cannot be in the variable name date. So I just renamed date to door number, and then it worked. So when I used the date 25, it went to the it's not possible because the adventcalendar stops at 24, and when I enter 1, it worked out. Today is the next day, and I would like to summarize what I coded yesterday. I created a function that is called adventcalendar, and this function gets the door number as an input. So the person needs to type a 2, for example, when it's the 2nd of December, and then door number 2 should open. I created already like an if loop with all the days, and I built in a mechanism that double checks whether the actual date and the entered door number are the same. And this basically just prevents the person from opening all the doors at the first day. Today I would like to fill my adventcalendar, and I want to show you 3 examples. My first goal is to include text, which should be very easy. The second one is to open an image. The third one is opening an audio file. So I don't know how to do the letter ones, and I will learn today how to resolve this problem. And of course I won't show you the final result because it should be a surprise for the friend for whom I make this, and he will definitely watch the video, so yeah. Yeah, let's fill the advents calendar. So first I wanted to fill the door 3 with a poem or a text, and the easiest version is to use print and then just put the text in brackets. But there's the risk that the person maybe have a look at the code and directly see what the poem or the text is. So therefore I also used a second variant where I just created a new Python file called text test and put the text in there, and then I just imported this little script, and you see it works as well. And then I made the code a little bit nicer, so instead of day, it should ask which door would you like to open. Next I wanted to fill door number 1 with an image. So I found this code online and I changed the name picture to door 1. This is how I named my picture. And when I ran it, it didn't work because I ran the test script instead of the advents calendar itself. And this was actually a test for my date check because, yeah, as you can see, it prevented me from opening this door because was the 25th and not the 1st. So I commented out all the date check code to be able to just run the actual if loop with the door numbers. And you see it worked out perfectly. But I'm not very happy how the image is displayed, so it's open in Paint and it's not as nice. So I continued looking for other code and I found this one. Which I also adjusted, of course, with the image name. And when we run it, it looks much nicer than the opened image in Paint. But I wanted to improve the code a little bit because, yeah, it's not as nice to have an X and a Y axis on a picture, so I wanted to get rid of it. And also there I found, this 2 lines of code which will improve the image. And I also wanted to give it a title because you can build up kind of a story, like having a picture and then writing some text above it. Yeah, and now you can see a quick overview of the code that I ended up with. So I didn't look into including sound anymore because, I don't plan to use it, and it's a task for the next weeks to figure out how to do that because I'm still curious how to do it. I hope you found this video interesting and maybe learned something. And if you have any suggestions, like I said in the beginning, please comment them down below. Thanks for watching my video. Bye bye!